Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek News. I'm here with designer Bruno Cathala, and we're looking at a prototype, non-final version. Don't expect it to look like this, but we're looking at 5 tribes.
Exactly.
Due out from Days of Wonder in September.
Yeah, it should be presented in Gen Con.
Okay, on Gen Con actually.
Yeah.
As finished.
Yes, probably a few copies, but and release for the shops in September.
Okay. So we have not finished kimonos, but of course the game is done.
Yeah.
You've been showing it around. Is hoping you can give an overview of how to play.
Yeah. Okay. So the main idea of this game is that you know that you have a lot of worker placement games on the market, and I didn't want to work on a worker placement game, so I decided to work on a worker displacement game.
Okay.
That means the main idea is that the workers, the meeples, are still all on the board, still the beginning. They don't belong to anybody, okay? But it's the way you will move them and remove them from the board, we will trigger the specific action you will be able to do. The players are living in a small city in Arabian Nights, and the target is to become the new Caliph of the city. And for that, you need to get the most influence points. Okay. You will have 7 ways to get this influence points. I won't explain them in totality, but you have to figure that you have 7 scoring possibilities. And the main idea is that first, the turn sequence is negotiated at the beginning of each round, because we will see that the situation will change very fast, and so that's the reason why you have to figure at the beginning of each turn if you want to play first or second or not, and you pay for that. And money is also winning points. Right. So playing first is
throwing away points to hopefully do better.
Exactly. Yeah. So now, when it's to you to play, you will have 3 things to do. First, movement, then action of the meeples, and then action of the tile. The movement is something close to Mancala or Awele games. So that means that you have to empty a tile and distribute the meeples one by one on the following spaces.
Okay. And orthogonally, you move them around?
Exactly. No diagonal, and no coming back immediately from one space to another space. If you have enough meeples in the starting tile, you can make loops, for example. Okay. And your move is valid only if in the last space you have still 1 meeple of the same color as the last one you drop there.
Okay.
Okay. Then this is movement. Then action of the meeples on that space. You remove all the meeples of the same color of the last one you drop there, and you make the action of this category of meeple with an intensity which is equal to the number of meeple you have removed. So the most you remove, the most powerful you are. Okay. And you have 5 colors, being 5 different tribes, having each their specific abilities. Green are merchants, will allow you to take cards, resource cards, which will give you points, making series, etc. The blue one are architects, and they will give you points connected to the number of white tiles close to them, because you get money for working on these buildings. In yellow, you have the viziers. You just keep them in front of you, and there is a majority system between all the players. Okay. In white, you have fakirs, and fakirs will allow you to take control of the very powerful jinns which come into the game. All are different, etc., and give you some way to master the game. And in red, you have the assassins, which allow you to kill, to eliminate some other meeples on the board.
Okay. Or from other players, if they have.
Yeah, also from other players. One other thing which is important, we have seen an overview of movement, then meeple action, and then the last thing is tile action. Yes. And on the last tile, when you finished your move, you have always something you can do. When it's red, it's mandatory. That means, for example, there you build a pyramid. Never mind if a tile belongs to you or someone else.
That's right.
Because I have not explained, but you can take control of this tile, and we explain just after. Okay. And this gives extra points for that space. It's the same for palm trees on Oasis, for example, there. And then when it's white, it's mandatory. For example, in market,
Optional.
exactly. You can do that, but if you can and if you want, you're not obliged.
Okay.
And for example, there you could spend 3 to get 1 more resource. You can spend 6 to take 2 more resources from the file. And here it's here that you can take control of
The gin.
of the genes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how to take control of the spaces? When on your final move, for example, imagine something.
We can do this as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Only 4.
Yes, but you can move.
Yeah, exactly.
Move.
This is okay. You remove all the red, so that means that you have emptied the space. So you take control, placing one of your camels, and you will have that point at the end of the game. And it was assassin, so it allow me to kill a meeple. I eliminate this one, so I've emptied another space, and I take control of that space. Okay. And you go up this way until someone has placed all his camels on the board, or there is no more valid move. That means that the structure of the game is quite pyramidal, I will say. That at the beginning you have a lot of action possible. That's and right. The more you progress, the less action you have. And the most important it is to pay the right things to do the right things. Okay? So the rules are quite simple, in fact, but you have a lot of things to take in consideration to what to pay, not too much, etc. Right. And that's it.
Yes, of course. I mean, first move, I can choose from 30 tiles.
Yeah, exactly.
With many different ways to go for me.
And what I did not say is that the setup is at random. That means it's always 5 by 6 tiles, but never placed the same way. And the meeples on them are also placed at random, so that means that the replayability is, in my opinion, really high.
Yes. Is anything else we should know? 2 to 4 players?
2 to 4 players, less than 1 hour, if players play reasonably fast.
Okay.
Okay. And it worked really well at 2, because when you are playing 2 players, you will get 11 camels instead of 8 at the beginning of the game, but you have 2 bidding tokens. That means that on a single turn you will play twice, and this if you manage to play twice in a row, that leads that you can prepare something really special for the next for your next bidding token and make really a lot of points. Okay. It's a game with a real learning curve. Because at the beginning, there are some moves that you can figure how powerful they can be, and you have to discover that. And it's, in my opinion, one of the pleasure you have when I am playing games, and I hope that it will be the same for the one who will try this one.
That's right. Which is all balanced too. With if you know powerful moves, you can go for it.
And my experience of the game is that the game you don't win there, you win there, paying the right thing at the right time.
Okay. Which will not come in the first game, most likely.
Exactly.
Yes, of course. You have to, because you have to see the consequences. Everything unfolds, and it seems like it's got to try it once where. It's amazing how much your action affects everything that follows.
Yeah. At the beginning, you just focus at what you can do.
Yes.
And when you begin to understand more, the way you are dropping the meeples is really important, because you try to make the more points and trying to give less opportunity to the next players. Yes. And when you begin to play at this level, the game becomes more and more interesting and
yes. Because of course, we have so many choices for what to do.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks very much for the overview.
My pleasure.
It's great to see this. Had a lot of fun playing.
Thank you, Ray.
Good luck.